Good morning internet, and welcome to another one of my videos. I've made a double. This video will have a double entry, and it's going to have a double whammy of content as well. For those of you that are new, this channel is all about motorcycles and motorcycling, so revolving around the culture, particularly concerning where it comes from. Started off as a cooking channel during COVID, and then it evolved on the pursuit of the VFR, which eventually happened. If you go back onto my videos, you'll understand where that's coming from. But this to say, and let me hurry up, it's another beautiful day in South Africa. Blue skies all around, perhaps a little late already to take full advantage of the better weather, because it does get pretty hot, and as a result it could get hotter than anticipated. So let's get going. I'm gonna go with some friends. Last weekend I went to a beautiful place, watched some hot air balloons. I will add that to this video, somehow bring together a compilation of some beautiful scenery. And I went with a guy on a GS, but this time we're going as the Holy Ghost Riders, and we are going to be going to Cowboy Town, which I don't know how much footage of that I'm going to bring, because I've been there before. In the meantime, let's get her started. She's clocked over the 40,000 mark, and she's probably needing fuel as well by now, so let's get her started. And that's how a Honda starts if you ride it every day. I would say most motorcycles anyway, they are meant to be ridden. She's clean, everything is sorted, and I will bring you the footage as we go along. In the meantime, we'll see you on the other side, and cue the intro. This is about 5 in the morning now. We're off to Hartbeespoort. I don't think these guys are going to be riding with me, but there's a couple of nice bikes here. There's a 1290 Super Duke, there's a Triumph, and a BMW 1000S, all the super bikes. There's another one over there. Hope I'm not riding with you guys, because I haven't had a coffee to do so. But the VFR is ready. She's probably needed a bit of lube on the chain, but who was going to miss out on another ride? So we arrived at Bimbon, and the gathering is starting to collect. I think this is it pretty much. 7 of us, a lot of red bikes here today. Red VFR, red Gixxer, red Boulevard, we have a red Harley, and then we have a red BMW S1000 Double R. This one's brand new, still hasn't received the exhaust, but what an awesome sight to see El Chevy back with his darling red Harley. And anyway, and finally the Daytona triple. Let's just take a look at the aerodynamics here. I suppose today's bikes, these come in handy somewhere along the line, particularly over 260 k's an hour. So yeah, we're ready for this wonderful South African weather, and let's see where this is all going. Now we've arrived at part of the beautiful country, but I'm going to try and zoom in so I can right in the distance show you a little bit of ballooning. I hope this one works. That's possibly one of the quietest forms of transport if the wind conditions are right. This is still early, it's about 20 past 5. Unbelievable. Stunning weather, still no wind, and this is why early morning is the best time to ride. The guy's climbing out, getting some gains there in altitude. Beautiful, absolutely. And there's the yellow with the sun rising just about over the building there. Serene atmosphere. Best time to ride, guys. And there's the second balloon coming up now. thing with a motorcycle is you can chase anything around pretty much. Quite an interesting form of navigation using the wind. Zulu Sierra something. Wow. There's our bikes. Guys crossing the road now and going with the wind. And there we are, Cowboy down. Instead of choosing that side, this time we chose this side. Beautiful day. I tell you, this is one of those where we wish it was 6 in the morning. Look how pretty they made this. Okay, so there we go. Let's see what else I can bring you. At least we're in Cowboy Town, and finally the first cup of coffee coming up. Here's the interior of the other place, and yeah, I'll come back to you in a moment. And so the day ends. This footage, together with what I brought with the ride I had last weekend, will complete the video. But here it is, the line out, all ready to go home. Justin's already gone home in his new BMW S1000. And our favorite always, the CBR 1000 Double R, the Daytona Triple 675. We had an awesome time, awesome brekkie. And our Jigsaw, the only Suzuki here, I think. Here's the other 2 Suzukis. So, an all red affair this time round. Like I said, the BM, here's the spot, is left already. And this place has been reserved for a flea market, which is going to be happening tomorrow. This would have been packed with people if this was tomorrow already. They normally have motor shows, sound shows, just yeah. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to quit right here and complete the video when I return home. And there we go. The end of yet another trip out of Joburg. Well, relatively speaking, I would say it was pretty close. But Cowboy Town, I don't know, at 65 k's from where I stay. That's at 130 kilometers. Yeah, let's just say the end of another Holy Ghost rider together. I hope I have enough footage, at least pictures of the trip and the bikes that came to the party. I just want to end this video with a quick note saying the reason you're probably watching this is because you are a motorcycle fan and you share the same passion as some of us, which is 2 wheels. Now I'm just going to briefly let you know what happens to a motorcyclist, and that always usually revolves around when we are about 6 years old and we come across a two-wheeled vehicle for the first time. Now when you're my age, the two-wheeled vehicles of my day and the two-wheeled vehicles of today are very different. I'm not going to elaborate, but all I can say is I'm a 68 model, so you can just imagine the kind of vehicles that were around in my day. A 50cc in my day was a pretty good bike. 2-strokes had quite a lot of torque, and they were torquey little miniature engines that could propel you up to about 80-85 kilometers per hour, and some of us could even tweak them to about 100. But this to say, the bug on most of us never dies down, and this to complete this conversation and this video to say, no matter what happens throughout your tenure with motorcycles. Some of us stop riding for a long time, some of us are on and off, others never leave motorcycling. If you didn't sell your soul to get a motorcycle and you don't have a dad that owns an island, then motorcycles are not on the list of priorities of things you should buy. Why am I saying this? Because we always give the excuse of saving fuel, but the reality is there are a lot of hidden costs to maintain a motorcycle. I had a puncture on this back wheel recently, and I had to put 2 different kinds of lugs on, or plugs. One of them was called the mushroom plug, but I'm not going to say too much, but all I can tell you is it cost me a little bit more than I anticipated. So, is this a money pit? Absolutely. Is it worth the money? Absolutely. The type of bike, though, that you opt in the end to keep as your own is entirely up to you and what you can afford. But the reality is, if the motorcycle bug hits you, it's going to be difficult to let go. So, the end of another era and a season, and I thank the Lord for keeping me alive during this year, particularly commuting. It's not that I don't look after her. You can see mechanically she's sound. Everything that needs to be done is done. At least I make every attempt to do so. But anyway, completing the video. Have a blessed one, and whatever I have reserved till the end of the year, which I'm not terribly sure what will be, but this is time for family, this is time for camping. So if there's no video after this, don't wonder what's happening. I'm just taking time out to get away a little, and that includes the family, because my wife does not ride. My daughter does, but she's now an official mother. She's back with a child, so I don't think she wants to climb on this motorcycle as much as she used to. And I can't blame her. She's got a 6-year-old she has to look after. In the meantime, the VFR will be here ready for my last couple of weeks of work, and if, like I said, something exciting comes up, I promise to upload it. You have a blessed one, and we'll see you on the next one.